Siavash, a man of principle. In the name of God. Siavash began whispering more lies into Afrasiab's ear, twisting the truth and planting seeds of doubt about Siavash. Slowly, his words poisoned the king's heart, turning his admiration for Siavash into suspicion. Shocked and uncertain, Afrasiab closed the door behind him and spent 3 days in solitude, hoping to find a way out of darkness that had fallen upon him. The thought that Siavash might one day betray him had never crossed his mind. At last, he wrote a letter inviting Siavash and Ferengis to the palace for a private conversation. He wanted to see the truth with his own eyes, for Siavash's words alone could not be trusted. Siavash gladly offered to carry the letter to Siavash. He mounted his horse and rode swiftly to the palace where Siavash resided, handing him the letter with deep respect. Reading the letter, Siavash told Siavash he would obey King Afrasiab's command and go to the palace at once. But first, rest from your long journey, stay a while. I wish to show you around and enjoy your company. We shall go together, said Siavash. Siavash looked strangely sad. He remained silent the entire time Siavash spoke, then stepped closer to show friendliness. With a trembling voice, he said, "I don't know how to say this, my dear Siavash. I can't believe it myself. It's Afrasiab. He hates you and wants you dead. He sees you as a threat to the kingdom. I've tried to reason with him, but he won't listen. He's convinced you plan to take over Turan with your father's help and be the king. If you want to stay alive, don't set foot in the palace. Find an excuse. Refuse the invitation." Siavash was stunned. He couldn't believe Afrasiab hated him so deeply that he wished his death. Siavash trusted every word Siavash said and wrote a letter to Afrasiab explaining that Ferengis was ill and unable to travel at the moment. He reassured the king that they would visit the palace as soon as she had recovered. When Siavash returned to the palace, he spoke bitterly to Afrasiab about Siavash's behavior. "No one came to welcome me when I arrived," he complained. "And when I invited him to the palace, he refused, without offering an excuse. I'm certain he's preparing for a war against us. He's got his own army. I saw him speaking with men loyal to Kekavus." Afrasiab's blood boiled when he heard Siavash's words. He saw it as an act of disrespect after all he had done for Siavash. Furious and betrayed, he summoned his army and began marching towards Siavash's palace. When Siavash learned that Afrasiab's army was approaching, he dressed in his battle garments and mounted his horse. With his loyal soldiers behind him, he rode toward Afrasiab's army, getting closer and closer to his town. When he reached them, he halted and called out, "Why have you come to kill me? I'm not here to fight anyone." Siavash, standing next to Afrasiab, shouted back, "Then why are you dressed for war?" That was the moment Siavash realized it was Siavash who had caused all this. "I have sworn myself never to harm you or your army," Siavash shouted. Then he ordered his men not to draw their sword under any circumstances. Afrasiab's heartless soldiers slaughtered all 1,000 of Siavash's men and dragged Siavash across the ground. They were about to kill Siavash when Pilsam, the younger brother of Piran, stepped forward and intervened. If you kill Siavash, he warned, Kikavus will not remain silent, and Rustam, the mighty hero, will rise in fury. With them, countless others will come seeking revenge. They will invade, and nothing will remain of our land. Garsiwas told Afrasiab not to listen to this young man. If you release Siavash, he will kill us all, said Garsiwas. Afrasiab was torn between Garsiwas and Pilsam. If he forgave Siavash, his brother would turn away. But if he killed him, he feared great misfortune would fall upon his land. The memory of that nightmare still stayed with him. Kekavus and Rustam had struck him down and conquered Turan. He remembered well what the astrologers had foretold. Great misfortune